Do you think society hates your truth or they envy your freedom?
Oh, hates my truth, envy freedom.
Mm.
Freedom is easily thrown at people. It has taken me a lot of difficult times to process difficult thoughts and then have difficult conversations to have this freedom,
Mm.
you know? And it takes a huge amount of will to want to stay this free and
True.
to present my truth. You know, I can understand that it's enviable, but the work that it takes to be that is doable. So whatever that envy is just it's personal to the people
So the
who feel
people
it
feel
because it
yes.
can't be about me. It's about them. It's work that they refuse to do, and
Mm.
for the work that I've done, I think there are benefits to it.
Yeah.
Uh, it's a lot of it's a lot of disadvantages as well, but then
Exactly.
again there's some benefits to it, and then the benefits are seeming as something that somebody else wants, but the work that it takes to get it is not something the person is willing to
Ready to
do.
do. Hello, viewers. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, anytime you get to see this. Here is another episode of Mind Over Matter. Welcome to the special December edition. I remember my humble self, Shala Bobintawo, also known as Moye for Tate. And as you all know, Mind Over Matter is a platform where we discuss and we emphasize on awareness of mental health over any other thing. And here with me today, I have a very special guest who is known for his authenticity, very, very unconformed to the society, to the usual cultural norms and all of that. So please help me welcome the one and only Hermes Chibueze Iyele. Hi, it's good to have you here,
Hey
Hermes.
guys, it's a
Yeah.
pleasure being here.
Yes, it's a really pleasure finally seeing you in person. And besides, you actually look better in person. Maybe you should fire your photographer or something. Sorry, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Appreciate
Okay.
you.
Yeah. So you're someone who is very known and very popular because of his unusual, authentic, and being very open and honest about everything. Literally. So I have a few questions for you. Here is Mind Over Matters, where most of our conversation has to diverge back to our mental health, and that's the point of having you here to help some people, navigate their ways. Who some people that think they are lost or somehow. So having stories from people like you can be very helpful, and yes, very helpful and interesting,
I
also
mean, it's
educative.
always it's always a pleasure to lend a voice when I can. So
Thank you
yeah.
very much. Okay, so let's start with the identity of people and the way and the mask we wear as individuals generally. Do you think the world really wants honesty or just beautiful lies that can be tolerated? Generally, what do you think?
Um, I think honesty is a hard pill to swallow. To be
Hmm,
honest,
very hard.
do people want honesty? I don't know what people want. I am still learning to understand the things that I want, not to talk of someone else's mind, head, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't think I'm in a place where I can say I understand what people want. But if anything, I feel like there are common shared desires, like desire to express oneself. What that means per time and over time is relative.
Mm.
But I do believe that honesty sets one free.
Hmm.
So yeah, the truth.
Okay, yes, I thank you for that answer. But we've all had different experiences with people as individuals. But with the few people or the number of people you have met and you have been open to with about being your, true self, I'd like you to please judge from that angle. If you think people really enjoy honesty in people generally.
Like I already said, I feel like honesty is a hard pill to swallow. I don't do shallow, so
Mm,
I don't do shallow at all. I'm intense, I'm sensitive, and I don't pretend to be otherwise.
yeah.
So if if I start to feel like too much for somebody, I give them space.
Mm,
I feel like there's one thing to be empathetic is one thing, to want people to enjoy life in whatever way you feel like you're
mm,
enjoying it, or share knowledge that you feel is beneficial to you.
too.
Um, but sometimes that can feel like, oh, you feel like you know too much. I
Mm,
mean,
switch it up.
like it's like just listening to will. To some people just want to talk. The
True.
person you're talking to, they want to listen. Some people don't care. It's just I will talk, whether you're willing to listen or not. Personally, I feel like a lot of times when people come in contact with honesty, it shines a light on things they would rather not deal with,
Deal with.
and that's uncomfortable. And they're
Very.
allowed to be uncomfortable,
That's what's hard to swallow.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Thank you very much. So, okay, now with that, do you think, or when you show up as yourself to people, do you feel seen or just simply studied?
Hmm. I don't. I mean, I care. I was about to say I don't care to be seen, but really, actually, I do care to be seen.
Mm,
Especially around the people that I share space with on a daily or constantly.
yeah.
But like, I don't know about understanding. Like,
I
I
mean,
I don't think
those who
anyone.
matter don't mind. Those who mind don't matter.
Yeah, like I
Something
don't
like
think
that.
any other person can truly understand another person. But
Mm,
there's such a thing as the willingness to tolerate, figure things out, and
yes.
that's under all the capacity that love holds space within friendship, within partnership, family, and the rest of
Mm-hmm.
it. So like within that group, yes, I will make the efforts of sacrifice and an explanation to
Mm.
see to be seen.
To be seen and
But outside
understood.
of that, like, what's my business?
Yeah, true.
How much can
True.
I really control?
Exactly, that's true because you can barely control whatever people want have in their mind. And even sometimes I think I don't know, I just feel sometimes it feels like it's not very necessary to explain yourself to some people sometimes because at the end of the day, everybody already has what they have in their head. Some people have this whatever it is they have stuck in their head, and no matter how you try to explain or show your real self, they just feel you're pretending.
Mm.
Somehow, I don't know. I just feel people are quite complicated to understand. I don't know.
I don't think any individual can know beyond or feel beyond themselves.
Mm,
For a while, it's been a thing that you'd consider how much you can be in space, and then you'd consider other people's emotion towards that, and then almost some people would want to reduce their lights. Oh, let me
mm,
not do too
yes,
much.
too much.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
that too much guy.
Oh yes, clock it.
I am that too much guy because I don't think that there's
Mm,
place for envy around me.
mm,
I share my joy, I share knowledge as much as I'm allowed to.
true.
I see a willingness to receive it. I
Mm,
don't think there's anything I guard so deeply, if not my joy,
yes.
because I don't depend on anybody for what it means for me to be
To be
happy. I try
happy.
as much as I can to not, even though I mean life is
Mm,
not
yeah.
meant to be done
Lived
alone.
alone.
Exactly.
Yes.
So there's place for family, people that I,
Yes.
call friends and share space with.
Mm,
I choose those ones.
exactly.
But like when I'm out there, like, what's my business with what you think?
That'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Okay, thank you. So, another question: What does your real self? Where does your real self and the performance begin? Is there like this margin,
Hmm.
like being your real self and when you want to have to
Real
perform?
self performance
Mm,
within society. Ah, what does it even mean to be real? I feel like it's just saying one being truthful.
yes.
Because sometimes I don't feel so good, and I don't try to
Mm,
hide it. Like
yeah.
if you ask, I'm not feeling so good. I'm not trying to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I need because I go into solitude when I don't feel so good. I need to
Yeah.
understand what I'm feeling, where
Feeling.
it's coming from, and what I can do to
Mm,
effect the kind of change, or if I can do anything.
mm-hmm.
I like to do that,
Yeah.
and I have to be able to do that.
Exactly.
And if that
Mm.
happens for me, I can imagine that it happens for everyone else.
Oh yes, it does. I believe it does.
So like, if that's the case, then all we need to do is just give each other grace.
True.
Different space will require different parts of you.
Mm.
And so what does it really mean to be real? Because you cannot be full every time. The kind of person you are around family is not the kind of person you'll be around probably your best
Your
friend, or
best friend.
depending on the level of freedom that even space, like say for instance we're here, we're having a podcast.
Yes.
There's certain behaviors that would put up, would that make you fake or performative?
No, it makes you just being real
That's what
and
real means now.
yes,
you
yes,
know
that's true.
So like the real is shifting as much as the now is shifting.
True that.
So I don't know what it means to be real or what it means to perform. I feel like different people have accepted different sense of norms, doctrines as principle.
Mm.
And within their reality, they're allowed to express that.
Express it.
Um, because I try not to do regret personally. To give whoever it is that I have been in the past grace to have been that, because with whatever knowledge I had at the time, that's what I was
That's what you're
working with,
working with,
and I had to
yes.
be enough. And now that I have more, or I'm knowing more, I'm trying to do
Be a
better.
better
So
person.
like, and that's the thing that I don't understand with how people get uh, pre- judgmental, prejudice, and the rest of it. It's like you're allowed to believe in all the things that you believe, and then somebody else is allowed. I mean, if it threatens social conduct or personal
Social
life
conformity.
or life, and
Yes.
then you obviously these are their rules and laws against these things. So I mean, that's out of the way. But if one's freedom or expression does not threaten life or is allowed within whatever social gathering or reality they're in,
Environment
it
you are
should be
in.
allowed to exist.
Yes.
It should be
True.
allowed to exist.
Okay. Really thank you for that answer. Very well, intelligently answered as expected.
Appreciate
Yes.
you.
Okay, now let's go to the fame, pressure and the spotlights of under, pressure under the spotlights.
Oh, fame pressure.
No, just
Okay.
just one or two questions. Just okay, now the first one is, what part of your mind did fame break open?
Um, Finance, to be honest. I don't think my background is anything that is new. I think is out there. I've come from the trenches. The
Yeah,
very what's it now?
like grassroots type
Yeah,
stuff.
and not so much seemed possible growing up, and then coming into the light, into fame, being relevant in space, it really opened my eyes to a whole lot more possibilities. So much more is out there, and that's exactly what I'm trying to, just work and just go get. But before that, it was a lot of lack and lack of possibilities.
Okay, so the next question I have for you, Hermes, is has the world ever, forced you into a version of yourself that you've always dreaded or you never want to be or you never thought you could be in person, like that you didn't even end up recognizing yourself?
Um, to the point of not recognizing myself, no, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
Because I think, or I like to believe that I stay grounded as much as I
Controlled,
can.
yes.
Not controlled, just grounded. But change does come with its getting used to and navigating. Like I said before this, I've never had this. So for someone who has come into a new reality, of course there has to be a bit of check and balance. What feels like the old me, what feels like what I had to figure out. I had to figure out a lot. God damn, they don't warn you about that part. You just pray and pray and pray for these blessings, but
Then
you
when
don't
you
pray.
start living it, you never see it
Yo, it
coming.
takes a lot of grace to actually navigate it and then sustain it. It takes a lot of discipline
Discipline.
because to not have experienced any of this before, and now I'm thrown deep into it.
Yes. I'm still managing and finding your
You
way
you know,
through.
I'm still trying to manage finding your way in the industry, around all the attention, what it means. These things are new, and like I said, it just required some getting used to, and they don't warn you about that.
It never comes with
Yeah,
warning.
and they don't warn you about that.
That's the thing about life generally, that it does literally no manual to these
And
things.
even when you pray for
And you
these
keep,
blessings, it's like you
you
don't,
don't even know what you're praying for, because when it
bro.
comes, you're like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Why didn't you warn me, Father?
Nah.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so, has been Hermes now. So when the upload phase, what exactly is that fear that speaks loudest the most to you?
Personally, I would say that I try as much as I can to not give fear credence. Rather hope, faith. But that I wouldn't say that I don't feel fear. I just try as much as I can to not give it any focus. Because it'll always be there when you're taking risk. But when the applause fades, I think one gets used to, the numbers,
Hmm.
the love. It's a good thing. And
Yes.
then you almost want to sustain it at
Sustain
every
its
goal,
goal. Yes.
and that could come with a lot of pressure and the fear of
Mm-hmm.
losing it as well.
Yes, that's what I've been wanting to hear. Thank you.
Yeah, and the fear of losing that, that
Mm.
love, that consistency of,
Mm.
because that's also tethered to, the bag as well, because
Yes.
you numbers,
Of
money,
course.
people
Yes.
reach
Mm-hmm.
and all of that stuff.
Mm.
So there's a bit of fear that comes with that because now you've come into something new and you like it, you want to keep it,
Enjoying
and then
it.
there's a lot of pressure to, do this, do that, a lot of advice as to how to sustain
Yes.
it, and then you almost lose originality, and once you've done that,
It's,
it's gone.
yeah, it's true.
It's
It really
difficult to get
affects who
back.
you end up being because, I mean, in the first place, what attracted people to you is your originality. So I think what I feel one of the biggest fear to me, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying generally, I think one of the biggest fear most people tend to have will be the fact that because you're trying to maintain a particular standard, so you take advice from this, take advice from this, not even realizing that, bro, you're what's washing down your, identity.
You've done everything
Yes,
just to
true.
stay popping.
Problem. Yes. Okay.
But I mean,
Okay.
it works for some people, so I mean,
True.
it is a way to get
I mean,
about it.
but I mean, behind the closed doors, I'm very sure those people it works for outside. Behind the closed doors, tend to lose themselves, and that's where the whole real fear comes in. Like, wait, oh, did I end up actually doing this? Or did I say that?
Mm,
I think I just know. I'm
I
just
guess.
thinking out loud, I guess.
I
Okay.
guess.
All right, thank you. So now let's go to your love, your polyamory,
Mm.
and your uncomfortable truth. That's one of your, should I use the word, one of your brand identity
Oh my
as being
god.
Hermes.
That's
I
I would.
mean, let's be realistic. That is one of the things that raised so much fuss. And, the buzz was the internet was on fire when everybody heard. I'm like, okay, I think I'd like to hear what this guy has to say.
I'm shocked that that was the case because I mean, it's here in Lagos. Everybody, a
Mm.
lot of people are doing these things. I mean, they're not
But you
saying
don't
it.
see it out.
It's not
Yes.
it's not out there. But then again, a lot of them are doing exactly that. But
Mm,
it feels like the truth is not something. It's an unspoken truth. It's just
exactly.
a subconscious knowledge. Or you
Mm,
say your boyfriend is not your only boyfriend,
type that
and
kind
all
of
that stuff. It's
thing.
like, and I don't understand that, and I don't understand why that would seem
Mm,
new that someone is courageous enough to say that. Oh yeah, this is how I am. This is how I feel loved, and
mm-hmm.
want to approach the
Away.
possibility of partnership.
Partnership, yeah.
So I don't. I really didn't get it, but I mean, I can understand it.
Okay, so we had just let me just ask you this particular question. So you have quite a controversial reputation when it comes to you being, very open, when you're very open and speaking about your relationship status, having more than one woman, which is exactly what got so many people, the whole internet on fire. There was a
I had
frenzy and all
though.
of that.
I'm a
Yes.
single man in Lagos now.
Oh yeah, right.
Chasing faith in
Okay, so
God.
do you think society hates your truth or they envy your freedom?
Oh, hates my truth, envy freedom.
Mm.
Like I've been saying, I don't think I know anybody enough to say that.
Mm.
But I feel like freedom is easily thrown at people. It has taken me a lot of difficult times to process difficult thoughts and then have difficult conversations to have this freedom,
Mm.
you know? And it takes a huge amount of will to want to stay this free and
True.
to present my truth. You know, I can understand that it's enviable, but the work that it takes to be that is doable. So whatever that envy is just is personal to the people
So the
who feel
people
it
feel
because it
yes.
can't be about me. It's about them. It's work that they refuse to do, and
Mm.
for the work that I've done, I think there are benefits to it.
Mm.
Uh, it's a lot of it's a lot of disadvantages as well, but then
Exactly.
again there's some benefits to it, and then the benefits are seeming as something that somebody else wants, but the work that it takes to get it is not something the person is willing to
Ready to
do, and they
do.
feel like they should have it without the work. How does that applied or
It doesn't
concern me.
work.
Like
Exactly.
it's not towards
I mean,
me.
that's all on them, I
It's
guess.
like, yeah, it cannot be about me. It's
Mm.
about some work they're refusing to do with some privilege they're hoping to, entertain or
Entertain,
enjoy.
yes. Mm.
That's their personal transformative
This
career.
was okay.
I cannot care about that.
Yes,
I
okay.
cannot care about that.
But if I were to ask you, if is polyamory a doorway to emotional liberation or just emotional chaos?
I don't think any relationship is a doorway to emotional liberation.
Mm. Now we're talking about
Really?
polyamory here, your
Yeah,
style,
okay.
because I mean
No,
there
it's
had to
not.
be.
No,
Sorry,
it's not
okay.
directly.
Also, what made you feel so good saying it? Like,
Liberation,
okay, that's
expression is a different thing. Like I said, I've done the work to have difficult conversations, and from
mm,
these difficult conversations, I've grown in my emotional intelligence or whatever that means.
mm,
I've been able to talk about what I feel and how I feel, and
mm,
like I understand it for me, and that has given me conscious knowledge of my own emotions.
mm,
So now I can express it. Basically, what emotional intelligence is.
is
You've processed enough to understand how you feel when you feel. It also makes you a bit empathetic if you see or you're around somebody feeling the same
mm,
way, almost telepathic even. You
yes,
you can
you
sense
can
it,
sense it. Yes,
and then the empathetic would want to make you apply yourself to that person. How are you? All of
you want to
that.
make them feel better
You
and all
feel
of
too
that.
over empathetic. You get drained
Mm,
constantly.
true.
The boundaries that it takes to I'm drifting.
Literally chaotic, I think.
Yeah, it's
It's quite
chaotic. It's
chaotic,
it's
if
to
you ask
think,
me. I
just to
think it
think.
is. Yeah, just think about it now. I think it's quite
So I
chaotic.
don't I don't think that there's such a thing as emotional liberation. There's a thing as emotional intelligence, and it sort of liberates you from feeling and carrying heavy emotions because now
Mm,
you've learned to express them and you're not afraid to express them.
mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people shy away from expressing emotions, which
True.
then go down, build up, start to create narratives when you could just have a conversation.
Mm,
It's difficult, but you could.
yes.
You can
Yes, you
express
could.
yourself. Language tone can help you get clarity sooner.
True.
If anger and aggressive tone will just provoke that. Nobody
Rile
wants to be
things
talked to
up.
anyhow,
Yes.
you know. So
Yes.
if you give that, you get that in return.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of clarity, you get built up.
I mean, like they say, respect is reciprocal. Is what you give, you
But
get.
disrespect is also reciprocal. They
That's what
don't
I'm
tell you that,
saying.
but
That's why you should know
they
that.
remove it from the
You
equation.
should
But
know
it's
better than. I mean, when I tell you respect is reciprocal, that means whatever you give me is what you're gonna get. And, just trying to respect the disrespect is why they do not mention disrespect being reciprocal. Also, okay,
so like
thank you.
expression is just where I think I draw the balance.
Mm,
The ability to express oneself,
true.
and then also understanding what you need because it sometimes, especially within relationships, it's like you have an issue now, you want to address it now. Sometimes I've not processed it enough to
Enough
understand what it means for me. I just know that this thing is provoking anger.
mm-hmm.
So can I have some time to process it
Sometime.
and so I can understand better why? And if I can understand that, I can tell you if there's something we
Mm,
can do or there's a sacrifice you can make towards helping me feel a bit better about the
mm,
situation. Can you please do that? If it's not, can you help me understand why that is?
mm.
Instead of just egoistic conversation of I want this, I want
Yes.
that, do this for me, and all of that stuff.
I mean, some people are not even very emotionally intelligent to understand that they have to understand what they are feeling in order to be able to express it right. I don't know if that came out right, but it just came to my
Difficult
head.
conversations.
Yes.
Difficult
Very
conversations.
difficult. Yes.
Difficult
Hmm.
conversations.
So wait, the cost of loving outside and the rules society worships. What do you think is the cost of loving outside the rules that society worships?
Um, Prejudice. But then again,
Hmm. Prejudice.
once truth is brought to the table, every other thing falls. Nothing. I wouldn't say that anything would stand
I guess.
when against truth.
Yes.
Like I said recently at the podcast, Because podcast,
Hmm.
I feel like God is truth,
Yes, I believe that too.
and truth is constantly shifting, and it is
Hmm.
such a interwoven thread. It will mean different things to
Hmm.
different people per time,
Yes, true.
and the ability to apply one entity to everybody would mean that every bit of this truth are coexisting,
Coexisting,
you know,
but it
and
doesn't.
they should be allowed to.
Yeah, that should. But I don't. I think truth is relatable
Very
to people.
relative,
Yeah,
very
to
relative.
different people.
It's
Right.
constantly shifting.
Yeah.
But there are common norms, there are rules, regulations, societal, unwritten laws,
Mm-hmm.
that govern
That
these
governs
things.
their society.
Use
Yes.
your, they'll say 36.
Y-
Just if you're in
Discretion.
an office, use your discretion. If you're not in an office, there's certain dress code. Does it mean
Mm.
that when you get home, you're not allowed to,
Yes.
dress differently, or if you're going
Differently.
out,
Mm.
it doesn't mean that. It just means that within the time that you're within this space, you're expected to
I
present
mean, they
as
say when
such.
you're in Rome, behave like a Roman. Mm.
Freedom relative, because in that space, that's how much
That's
freedom
how
you have,
much you have, especially in an office space. You have to be diplomatic about
and
it.
that's truth
And very
within that
political
space.
self.
If you get
Yes.
to your house, you just a certain kind of way.
Any
You're
way you
allowed to,
want.
it's like,
True.
that's what that truth allows, and within all of that, everything is just coexisting.
Mm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank
can I get
you.
that question again? I think I
What is the
deviated.
cost of loving outside the roles society
Aha.
worship?
So now
Yes.
to
That.
answer that question,
Mm.
um, society is right to defend everything it's known,
Okay.
to defend tradition,
Tradition. Mm.
because that's where
Culture.
belief, culture, and everything that it takes for individuals in a society to
Mm.
sustain themselves, and to introduce something new to that threatens the way of life of these people. They have the right to defend their way of life.
Mm.
So if things or people come for me, it's within the truth that this society
The
already
society
exists that I
exists. Defend
defend my
yourself.
truth.
Yeah.
It's not outside of it. And
Mm.
I'm not insisting that, oh yeah, this is that, you must accept this. No, I'm telling
Mm.
you that within this and that, you like this, you practice this,
Mm.
you feel it. Say love for instance. What does that
Mm.
even mean? Because what it means for one person to feel loved is not to have one partner. It'll take the love of family, the love of success, achieving something, wanting to achieve something. Let's say you wanted a job and now you're applying for it and you
Mm.
got it and you feel, satisfied, you feel loved
Mm.
from being able to want something
Like the
and get it.
universe loves you.
Being able to pray and then see things,
Mm.
being able to ask, to depend on family. Let's say you have a partner to be able to, it'll take all of that for an individual to feel loved.
Absolutely.
And now to now put that expectation on one human
One
being.
human being.
Ah, please leave me alone.
Let's be realistic. Come on.
John Tirolong, oh my
Ja.
lord. So that's where I stand with that.
Mm.
I don't need the whole of society
Mm.
to feel loved. I just need what I need, and that's enough.
But I feel, if you ask me, I think this love thing is very, 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 it has to be more of a personal thing.
Oh, it always has been.
Yes, you
It's a
have, I mean, you
selfish
have to
thing.
really, selfish has to
It's a
work.
selfish thing because even especially within partnerships, what does
Mm.
it really mean that you love somebody? It's a very selfish feeling. It's that with this person, I'm allowed to be all the versions of myself. With my
I
brothers,
mean, this one, maybe
at
it's just because
work,
person brings you
pissed.
peace.
This person can observe me in all my forms.
Mm. I still understand and
It's
taking it
very
like that.
personal. It's just like I can express myself to this one person and they can just be there.
True.
It's very selfish. And this other person feels the same way.
But at the same time, I think people really need to first of all learn to love themselves deeply. Like be satisfied with who or what you are before you can actually
Easier said than done.
right?
Easier said. It's easily said.
Because I mean, if you don't have love for yourself, how would you even understand how would you grasp love someone else is showing you?
It's incredible how much doctrines we get, especially people who come from, and how many percentage of Nigerians actually come from wealth. It's a very high percentage. Even the ones who came into wealth came, and the doctrines in that place. I don't know how, call it a gift, but I was happy in the storm. I was happy. I just understand that. I just understood at a level that this life that I have is all that I have. As much as I want to compare it to someone else's, it will never be that. But within this life that I have, there's certain joys that I can experience. If I can experience them within truth, they will be just as much in my heart as it was for somebody that got a car for a
Car.
toy, for a birthday gift. Just getting biscuits and I'm able to share with my friends. If I get that and I really live in that truth, not compared to anything else, I would find happiness in that.
Happiness.
I just understood that early enough to just, bask in the journey of, wanting one and doing the work to get it. But whilst doing the work, just loving the idea of who I
Idea,
am
yes,
or
the
was
process.
in those moments. That's why regret is even hard for me, because in those moments, I loved myself. I understood that this is what I had. I understood how much work was. Some people will complain about it, like, oh yeah, I'm coming from this, I'm coming. I didn't have that luxury. I just understood I'm here. Like, what can I make out of this thing that I have? What do I have to do? How much? That's how I learned an accent. Okay, I cannot go to school. Nobody can teach me this thing, but I've seen the social value of this thing and I want it. So how can I get it? Start listening to people, practicing and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just being in spaces where I was not welcome. I had this one quote, my dad's quote. I'll wear that thing and the palm slippers. I'll go to church, have conversations, see how people reason. Some people invite me, just the curiosity of just, wanting to be more,
Wanted to be
and
more.
also accepting that I don't know. Because there's an ego that comes with learning. Especially as adults, you almost want to start everything at perfection level.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Why?
You forget that even all your life, you've had to learn.
You have to learn from
go through the process
stages.
of learning. So I just had an openness towards learning. So I was not egoistic about learning. I was just going to space, like I trying to move up the ladder. I would go into space of middle class of people. I would hear people talk about things. Back down there, you cannot talk to an eggbon. Eggbon will slap you. You cannot. It doesn't have to be right. It's just an eggbon. Whatever I say, goes.
Right,
And I get into spaces where conversations that were had. I don't like how you were speaking to me. I understand that you're older, but you could have addressed me in this manner. And this other person, oh, I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that, kid. Just norms of different nuances within society that are not, spoken. It took an extra effort to learn that. So again, difficult things, discipline.
It's a lot.
It is. It is.
Oof.
It is.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So let's look at the aspect of art madness and the creative burden. Do you create from healing or from the wounds that you haven't healed from? You as Hermes.
Oh, I create from chaos. I don't. And that's why I don't feel or believe that I can stay anywhere else. I would love to. I'm saying that now because of what I understand. Maybe difference. I will feel different later, but currently I feel like I don't want to stay anywhere but Lagos. I love the chaos. I feel like it's intriguing. It's all that it takes to create, to navigate chaos. Is what it means to find personal expression.
Yes.
And art is an artist's personal expression of life. And this truth, if expressed in truth, they're relative. Yeah. Say, for instance, you sing about a girl. If it is true, and the emotions expressed in that song is true, it will cut across.
Yes,
because a lot of people
will
would have
feel it.
Even if it's just within desire, they would have processed that thought, or even within experience, they've experienced that reality. If the emotions within which that song is sang are true, it'll cut across.
Absolutely.
So that's what art is. And it's burdensome. Of course it is. It's a lot of burden to navigate chaos.
Absolutely.
It is because everybody wants comfort. Everybody, like, that's why I'm working, to get more money, so I'm not facing as much chaos as I am facing to create. But I hope a lot of people get to experience that, the liberation of lack, to understand and also still be able to hold the discipline. That's why these kit makers are I think a lot of my inspiration in Nigeria, the industry right now, because these guys are constantly working. I understand how hard that is because I try to be as consistent as I can be. And I understand how hard that is. They're constantly creating. And they already have the fame, they have the numbers. They could relax into the comfort of, oh, I'm that guy,
No,
but they are out there,
you don't want to fade off.
There's something to somebody who wakes up every day, just able to do more for themselves. That level of drive is not easy, if not everybody could do it.
It can't come from healing. It has to come from some kind of pain.
It's chaos.
Chaos, yes.
It's chaos. Comfort does not teach. I said this as well, I think before. Pleasure would never teach as much as pain would.
No.
Comfort would never teach as much as chaos will.
Mm-mm.
You know, it would take some people. It took a heartbreak to build a multi-million-dollar
Be a
business.
brand, yes.
You
True.
know, some people, I don't know. It probably took a very supportive, extravagant, whatever it is, to do the same thing. But for me, no,
It's
no,
from the chaos that makes you
no. The
creative.
comfort makes you relax. It makes you, keeps you in a state of, oh, I'm here now. I can just,
Makes you
do less,
comfortable and
do less for more. Hard work is hard work.
Yes, it is.
Even what it means to do smart work is that you've done this
You must have done the
podcast a
hard part
couple of times.
somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, but the first time you did it, you had to figure it out.
Oh yes. Oh, I was a mess.
So like now it's smart work because you've done the hard work. So I think a lot of people want to tame smart work to mean that you could just figure it out and do it a smart way.
Sure, like that.
But every time you have to do something the first time, you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
If you're able to do it consistently, now you have a pattern towards doing it.
True.
It feels smart. It feels easy for you because now you've grown in the process.
Yes. Yes.
But that growing into the process is what
hard work.
adults don't want to do anymore. You just have to, now you want to do something. You have
like
to,
they say that slogan say "Iṣẹ́ kékeré owó
oh,
púpọ̀" type shit.
Don't even know. Don't even know.
Oh man.
But it's still a thing, the desire, but it's
is
a
a
lot of work to
desire.
do towards getting that. Because that's what I mean by the fame and then getting used to it, getting used to all that attention. Because I didn't get that attention. In this long, I had two girlfriends actually. So.
You always be chaotic with your relationship.
No, I wasn't exactly
always
desired like that. I
been.
wasn't always. You just look at your DM and one fine girl says, "I love you." Oh my God, Hermes, you're so
Then
fine.
you just go to the profile.
You
Enter
want
your eye.
Stop now. Don't talk to me like that, baby girl. You can't get it. I didn't have that kind of attention before. To be able to get that and still, be disciplined enough to know that, oh yeah, my time has to be used wisely. If not, this thing that I'm admiring, this same fine girl that's texting me now that I'm admiring, it will go.
Before. If you're not consistent.
Exactly, if you're not working, if you're not improving your reality, even the things that come with enjoying the thing will go, will disappear.
True.
So like even the desire inspires all of that.
All of it.
It's just everything within everything.
Yeah. Wow. Whew. Man, art is really madness if you ask me. It is madness.
It is.
So do you think madness is the price artists pay for meaning?
For meaning.
For being for creative.
For relativity, yes.
I mean, if you ask me, I'll just say yes.
Yes.
Absolutely yes.
Obviously, look at me. Look at my hair.
Bravo.
Look at my hair. Look at my nose.
Let's go there. I don't want to see anything.
Look at my nose. Look at these things. Look at my hand.
I mean,
but
all of this, your identity, because everybody knows that most of the time, everybody knows. There's someone I told that, okay, I'm having Hermes on my shoes. So Hermes, that guy with the nose ring? I'm like, yes, that's his identity.
Oh
so
my
all of
God.
these things, is it that it's something you've really always wanted to be, or you've always been this way, or?
I've always seen myself like this, and to manifest it physically was liberating, to be honest. So this is not even, this is identity, this is personality.
Yeah.
This is everything.
It has its meaning
to me. I don't care for understanding or meaning. That's why I said not meaning, but relativity. Yes.
True.
I'm very pro-African. Very.
Bravo, you are.
Even
You
down to
are.
the spirituality. I am. I mean, I found God in church, and my very reference to spirituality, my very first reference is Christ and Christian. But then again, I am very in-depthly read as regards to what it means to be an Orisha, and all of these things, what an avatar means, and all the ways that all of these things are common.
I think all of these things is
oh
what
my
makes
God,
up
there's
your
so
physical.
much, there's so much relation to the common sense of what it means to be spiritual that cannot be tamed to religion, in my opinion. In my own opinion, spirituality is just it's vast.
Yes, it's very deep.
It takes a lot of the ego will just die automatically if you find spirituality. Religion is within, oh, I'm better, I think, because that's what the conversation tends to always tether around. But spirituality just has a way of, accepting difference
Difference.
as opposed to opposing it. It just, it allows difference to exist because no two people would ever be the
Be the
same.
same,
So that
yes.
desire is even is ah.
This statement you
uh,
just made, this particular statement, I still said it to someone out there less than 40 minutes ago before I came in. I mean, you could barely find the same person thing in two people.
and
Yeah.
to think that that's what's anyways, I'm not gonna go into that. But yeah,
Okay.
that's that. That is
All
that.
right. Okay. So let's go into trauma memory and the shadows that we carry as individuals. That you carry as Hermes.
Trauma,
Yes. So
memories.
memories and the shadows you carry. So, in your own perspective and experiences, is trauma something we heal from, or something we learn to negotiate with, to learn to live with, or do you think healing is about letting go or learning to live with it?
So, in my opinion, what it means to so trauma, first of all, like I said, or I try to explain, for me, what trauma means, or I've learned to understand that when I felt it, is doctrines that no longer serve, or boundaries that no longer serve, but are still standing firm.
From
Um, Now they're opposing things you currently desire.
desire.
And now because you have thrown these boundaries so far behind, you don't even remember that you set them, or
Yes.
you believe this doctrine so much so now that you feel it's unchangeable. That's why you say someone is a free spirit. That's people would experience me as, oh, free spirit. I stay open as much as I can. Knowledge will come, be relevant in space. I like to stay in the state of nothingness.
When you stay in the state of nothingness, what does that mean to you?
It dissolves all the kind of ego. Because if say for instance, I always want to present that as a famous person. If ever experienced as not known, I'll be offended.
Sure.
If I stay in a state of nothingness, I can observe that and enjoy it. But now, nothingness
Okay.
does not mean the dissolve or dismissal of
Of
everything that you
everything.
are.
Yes. Okay.
You know,
Yes. It's just like you being open to any
to what space allows you to
allows
be,
you to be.
not insisting on being. Sometimes there can be a sense of disrespect. And based on who I am, I don't take disrespect. It's not even as a matter of the fame or what I've grown
Yes.
into. Because I like to, respect my space,
Master.
respect people in space as
Yes.
well. So what I would not give, I would not take. That's where that disrespect part would not
More
will
come
come
in.
from. Not
Yes.
as a matter of, oh, I'm Hermes, I'm blown, I went to Big Brother, have this. Nah, I don't deal in that. So that's what I mean
That
by nothingness.
space.
So
Okay.
back to trauma. What I think trauma is registering sense of self or perception of self down to the molecule of being, that you cannot be anything else. And then now you have to be something, and you're not even allowing yourself to be it. Or you can't allow yourself to be it.
That's what the
Now,
communication have.
what it means to heal a trauma is for me, is to heal trauma does not make it disappear. It just gives you a sense of choice as to how to react or respond to a situation that you had an automatic reaction to. Trauma gives you an automatic response.
Yes.
It's just because you've set this boundary that if this thing ever happens again, this is how I'm dealing with it. And anytime that kind of thing just comes your way, you
Anything
have a
close to
direct.
it, yes.
So now trauma just gives you choice. It doesn't dismiss the anger that comes with experiencing that situation. But now instead of a reaction, there's choice. You can feel through that situation instead of just receiving and reacting. Now it's just, oh, it doesn't disappear. The anger does not disappear. It doesn't make it, oh, I'm superhuman now. You cannot affect me like this. No, you're human. It just gives it's intelligence.
So if I were to answer with what you have said now, if I were to say what you believe about trauma, I believe with what you have said so far,
Mm.
you seem to believe that trauma is something we're supposed to learn to live with because that's the only way it could help you heal faster, which I think
Accept as
is
truth. Accept as truth. Something happened to you. Something happened for you. It could be that it happened to you, but healing would make it happen for you.
mm,
Because if something has happened, it means that it can be changed.
mm-hmm,
Um, you can choose actually to live in regret, pain, or
exactly.
you can choose to let that bad,
Define
good
you.
define you, or you can just liberate yourself. You can choose differently.
Mm,
I don't want to make reference, but people have made a lot happen for them from things or experiences that traumatized them.
mm,
I mean, talk about it anywhere. Somebody experiences poverty and, growing up and doesn't want it, does the work. Now you have to work 10 times
10 times more.
harder.
Mm,
What does that do for you? You call it trauma growing up, but what does that? It's a lot of strength.
mm-hmm, yeah.
It's a lot of strength because now you've done so much more than a lot of other people in
To
spaces
avoid
where,
going back to where you came from.
and now you are in a space where you don't have to do so much, but your knowledge is of so much.
Mm,
Now, in that space, you would do just what you have been doing, which it was so much, and there will be so much results.
extra much.
The only reason why that could happen is because you had time to grow,
Grow.
and all that wickedness, suffering, is now bedrock for plentiful.
Plentiful. Yeah,
You
because you
know,
learned a lot from that.
from doing so much.
Mm,
But in the time you were doing so much, it was traumatic.
very. I feel
And
you.
now this same trauma is
Has
so
helped
much
you.
power.
Mm,
So it just it's a switch or shift in
it's
perception. I guess.
perception. Hmm.
It's just a switch in perception.
Is it okay to ask if you have any, if you can tell us of any particular traumatic experience that has shaped you into being who you are today?
I mean, what if my story is out there? Everything, every bit of
Mm.
growing up, staying in uncompleted buildings.
No, like there's this particular day that made that just clicked that switch and said, because of
Yeah,
this thing, it's
yeah.
never gonna happen
It's
again.
when I mean, two things. One happened to my dad, and then my mom went
Mm.
going missing as well. I think those two experiences shaped quite traumatic experiences.
Mm.
Shaped my thoughts of things, and also brought a lot of things into
Mm.
perspective. The first one was my dad. He was slapped by a policeman who came with the owner of a house, an uncompleted building we moved into.
Mm.
I think somebody called the owner and said, "Oh yeah, these people they're clearing your house and they're moving in. I want to steal your house." And the man just came in one police. I don't know what that was. We've been moving from one computer building to one computer building, Medina Estate in Bagada. And then someone just called, and I can say these things like this because
You
I'm just
healed.
catching myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you healed through them already.
because like I said, it brought a lot of things
Mm.
into perspective. And then this man shows up with a policeman, and then he started throwing our things from. It was a one-story building. He started throwing our things down.
The window.
We're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna. That was when we moved to my dad's boss, and then we stayed there
Mm.
for a couple of weeks before we moved into a place we were able to rent after a while. And my dad was trying to calm them down that you don't have to throw everything. It's your place. You don't want us here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move. And we're not throwing. We don't have any power here. We understand that.
Yeah.
And this man was just pushing my down. And all of a sudden, the policeman just slapped my dad right in front of me. Like, so much rage in that moment. I could have killed him, man. The body was surplus.
I
Ah,
just clenched my teeth now, right?
oh
So
my
I can imagine what
God.
you felt.
Ah. Even right now, like I said, it doesn't dismiss the pain. Just saying it,
I
like
mean, you need to see the
like
way I
every part of
clenched
my
my
body
teeth.
feels the anger from just experiencing that.
Mm.
You know, my dad just kept smiling.
He
Kept it
did.
cool. Oh my God. I will
Woof.
not meet a bigger hero. He kept it cool. He just, kept smiling because I was there. I'm sure, of course, if I was that pissed, I can only imagine his own anger in that moment. But he just kept it
Yes.
cool. And even in that moment, I felt anger because that was my dad. But even in that moment, I've gotten so much love because my dad raised us single-handedly. My mom wasn't in the picture until after I was
Oh.
late. Yeah, prior to what people think, or I get a lot of, oh, this woman must have loved children like so much. No, my dad just gave us so much love that it didn't matter.
Hmm.
It didn't matter if she was there or not. Um, I didn't. In that moment, my dad was still my hero.
Hmm.
The things that I said, like some of the things that came into perspective.
Perspective.
My dad was still my hero because even in that moment, I still would have chosen to be my dad.
Hmm.
The one who still understands, who still keeps his cool, knows
Keeps
his
it
place,
cool.
you know? Not like knows his place or anything like that. Just, he could have gotten angry and done whatever it is in that moment. But just that level of emotional intelligence.
Intelligence and
Like I
strength.
would, and even in that moment, I looked at that man like I would never want to have so much money that I can embarrass people for no just cause like this.
Yes.
Like this is very uncalled for. But see, even though that happened to me, I don't want to be that.
Mm.
Like it's clear that I don't want to be that because I know how I felt experiencing that. It's not
Experiences
something I want to do to
with
someone
somebody
else.
else. Yeah.
And that would only come from love.
Hmm.
So trauma,
I mean, trauma has its
yeah, it'll teach you.
rules. It
And I don't
yes.
want to ever put anybody I love in that kind of situation as well.
Situation. Yes.
So like these are the motivations was,
Hmm.
working as hard as I can, developing all the skills that I have,
Skills.
you know.
It's very understandable because of course, everybody has their own share of traumatic stories,
Mm.
childhood, and all. I
Oh,
mean, I had a
Nigeria,
traumatic
Jesus.
lifestyle to the extent I have my own book already. I
Mm.
launched it like 2 years ago, and the volunteer is definitely coming out shortly. But
Mm.
you know,
Well
it,
done.
thank you. It only took some level of healing before I could sit down to write it out. So that's why I needed to hear your own side today. And that's why when you said he slapped you need to see the way I clenched my teeth. Like, I could never, ever, ever be that calm.
If
I'm
my dad was
sorry.
even, you don't understand. If my dad was even like aggressive
Mm,
and fighting their notion, I would understand. I
yeah,
mean, maybe there's a cause for that, but there was
exactly. But
no
he
cause. There
knew.
was no
Yeah.
cause. Like there was literally no
Man,
cause
he's a
for that.
hero. I doff my hat to him.
No more.
Respect, Papa. Okay, so let's quickly browse through this one now. The society freedom and the fight to be yourself. What part of you did the world try the hardest to silence?
I think we've brushed on this a couple of
Mm,
times. People envy what they want and cannot have for the principles they've chosen to govern themselves by,
mm,
and I cannot help that. But then again, I also understand that different parts of society, like I said,
mm.
office. If I'm out in say a club or a social gathering and there's loud music and it allows for me to dance, I will dance
Yes.
hysterically or conducted as whatever the space would allow
Yes,
me
will
to do.
allow you to.
I'll express
I mean,
myself.
talking about your dance. Ooh,
Eh, eh, eh,
I
eh.
saw one clip recently. It was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm watching Stomp the Yard. Okay, Hermes, give me those moves. You know what I'm talking about, right? You and
Yeah,
Toby or
Toby
someone.
Ford.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Oh
was a
my
battle. It
God,
was a battle.
I sat like this to the edge of the TV.
Oh
Come
my
on,
god,
let's do this. I enjoyed
yeah.
every
Yo, even
move.
like
You
just
are
thinking, even just
talented.
thinking about that, like to be able to be that, and then I'm here and I'm
Yes.
composed and
I
I'm
felt
speaking,
like
I'm
I
like,
was watching Stomp the Yard Nigeria version. I'm like,
yo.
nigga, you bad.
But to be honest, and that's what I enjoy
Mm,
about being free spirited. Like if a
yeah,
space allows me to do something, I try to
you
throw myself,
will. Yeah.
because what it means to live the full life is that I allowed myself to express at the fullest whatever it is that I can express for time and
Mm,
then within space.
mm.
And then if I do that long enough, for as long as I live, I'll have
I
lived the full
mean,
life,
full life,
like,
life worth living.
and that's it. That's
Mm.
where it is.
Let
Oh,
me
we're
just
way
say
past
thank you
that.
so much for everything. I mean, your presence, all of this. This section has been very educating, that's been informating and entertaining, and that is what Mind Over Matter entails, which I really appreciate you coming. Thank you very much. It was great having you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, so back to my people. I hope we all learned a lot. On maybe you learned one or two things, but back to me, I learned a whole lot of things. So many things. This session has been interesting, and I'm even glad to even close the year this way with the one and only Hermes. It's really a special edition. Very fun, educating, and entertaining. While I still remain your humble host, don't forget to continue to share, like, comment, and subscribe. Please help your girl to grow. In the meantime, let's have a lovely holiday and stay safe. Ciao.